Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, and last episode we did 2 dungeons and a fight, and now we need to go speak with Momodi at the Adventurers Guild, and she's going to give us information as to how to contact the Scions of the 7th Dawn. Evidently, they want to recruit us. Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, you'll probably be all right. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the women folk from time to time. You're a little pervert, you. Ah, Roland, sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh-off-the-carriage adventurer. By gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. You're every ilm the adventurer that Mion said you'd be, Roland. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. It's her. She's carrying a dead head with her. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Etta. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with friends in Gridania when... Well, I'm sorry. We were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Avir, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dusk to dawn. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the man you are, of all that you've achieved, I find that I am inspired, just as Avir once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I'll go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I just wanted to meet you first to ask what your name was. Roland Painter. I shan't forget. Thank you, Roland Painter. I pray that we will meet again. Fare ye well. Adventuring can be a cruel bleeding business. Time was, I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Thought I'd be a right pain in the arse looking after y'all. But, against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be a part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Roland. What did you say? You want to know about the Scions of the 7th Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest, then. Listen, Roland, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work that they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff that they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. keep in mind that girl that we just talked to that was going to get back into adventuring. We haven't seen the last of her. So you want to know more, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on the other, 9 out of 10 adventures would go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being olden. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who have made it their mission to solve some of Erosia's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals just like you. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Erosian's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay, out in western Thanalan. The place that you're looking for is called Waking Sands. Give your name to whoever at the entrance and you'll be let in. You're a man in demand, Roland, and the days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget about them as helped you make you into the adventurer you are. Drop in and tell them how you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right. Well, I've said my piece. Off you go. Alright, so we're headed to Vesper Bay. I always go out that door and it's the wrong door. Okay, so Vesper Bay, that is where the ferry is that I was taking to Liminza. So I'm heading that way right now. Go out the right gate, the Sultana Gate, and I'll see you when I get there. We're entering Vesper Bay, and there's a couple of quests here I want to pick up before I go talk to the Scions. This girl teaches us how to dye our clothing different colors and also how to make a glamour. Now, glamour is a way that, let's say this outfit I had was a level 50 outfit and it was, well, higher level and the stats are good on it, but I hate the way it looks. And let's say I have an outfit that's 20 levels below this one that I really liked the way it looked. I can glamour this outfit to look like that one so that it looks like the one I like, but it has the stats of the one I need. That's what glamoring is. So I'm going to talk to her, and she's got both of those quests right here. Okay, and she wants orange juice, so I'm going to give her one. Phew, that's a relief. Finally, I can teach you how to bring color into your life. Listen well. There are handy items called colorants which allow folk to dye their outfits a veritable rainbow of colors. These colorants are so simple to use, adventurers have no excuse to be fashion unconscious. Lest you wonder that dyeing will affect your garment's special properties, you may rest assured it will not. The practicality you adventurers love so much will not suffer for the change in appearance, a change for the better. It should also gladden you to know that the garments can be dyed repeatedly, so there's no fear of getting locked into one color. The garish pink that seems such a wonderful idea after a dozen glasses or of red can be undone. And that is all you need to know about dyeing gear. Now, what are you waiting for? Get out there and bring some color to your life. Okay, now this is the glamour one. Oh, dear, dear, dear. This will never do. My sense of aesthetics simply won't allow it. How can you go out dressed like that? My dear, if only you'd spare a thought for style and coordination. I hope your garb holds up during a scuffle, because there's little else going on for it. That's it. I've made up my mind. From this day forth, I'll take it upon myself to save you from any more fashion disasters. Let me see. So much that needs to be addressed. Where even to begin? Be a dear and go get me a drink. I'm feeling rather parched, and this is a matter best discussed over a glass of something cold. Just go to the pissed piece and ask full client. I'll have some blood orange juice and tell her to make sure there's no pulp in it. Now, off you go. She sure likes her orange juice. Do I have to pay for this? Oh, her again. That woman. I've never known anyone so lazy. Would it kill her to come in and get it herself? Here you are. You shouldn't let her push you around, you know. Give her an ilm and she'll take a malm. Well, I don't think I had to pay for that. She must have a tab going. So how's that drink coming along? Well, it's shaken, not stirred, if that's okay. Oh, delicious. Nothing better on a hot day. Some say I have expensive tastes, but life's too short to settle for second best. Of course, this extends to my choice of wardrobe, too. Now that I'm feeling refreshed, shall we get started? Do you know, dear, you'd look a lot less drab if you knew how to apply glamours. What's a glamour? Well, they use a glamour prism as a catalyst to project the image of one item onto another. It's just an illusion, mind, but it's very convincing. This means the original object stays essentially the same. It just looks like a different one. It just takes on a new appearance, that's all. Remember, if you fancy a change, you don't have to stick with the same glamour. Just apply another one on top, or use a glamour dispeller to return the object to normal. Why sacrifice style for such humdrum trifles as durability or protection from bodily harm? Limitless possibilities for self-exposure are just a couple of glamours away. Go ahead, give it a try. And do make it quick, dear, for my sake. I'm finding your uninspired attire more and more offensive with each passing moment. Glamours are now available. All right, we'll get into that a little bit more in time. Tataru. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above to quench my thirst for you. Tra la 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 la. Whoa. I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised that this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to. Here at the behest of Estola? My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Roland Painter, Roland Painter. Ah, here you are. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. In we go. Hello. I think I'm expected. I take it you're Roland Painter. Tetero sent word that you had arrived. Lady Menphilia is eagerly awaiting your coming. This way, if you please. Nothing for me here. I'll take the bronze piece.
So you are the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minthelia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time.
I think it's funny that she's standing out with the rest of them. And then she tells him to be at ease, you're amongst friends, while walking back behind the desk to show her authority. Anyway, stay at ease, Roland, stay at ease.
First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example, are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Totaro. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainers registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned be aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. Okay, retainers are now available. If you go to your inn room, to rest, there's a second bell in there. We talked earlier about the bell that looks like a barber pole for the beautician guy. The second bell will call your retainer. Now, you're allowed to have 2 of them to begin with at no cost. And what retainers are, they're like little butlers. They're like little people that work for you. They're people that work for you and interact with the marketplace. So you can store things with them, and then you can actually have them go to the market and sell things for you. In addition, you can send them out on missions. You can make one of them, say, a miner, and go out and mine things for you. And then you can sell those on the market. Or you can make one of them somebody that can go out and collect wood. So they're very valuable for people that want to get into crafting for sure. But they give you a lot of storage. Now, the game allows you to have more than 2 retainers, but you have to actually physically buy them every month with real life money. So it's up to you if you're really into that. So we Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Erosia. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat that they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Erosia. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer. What will you say? Well, obviously, I'm going to say wild rose. I'll go whether the wild rose blooms.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there. Welcome. Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. I have been expecting you. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the 7th Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina & Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Emolja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
All right, so she told us to talk to Thancred, so that's what we'll do. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming that we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at the mineral concern have doubled security over all their shipments. In light of this, it's my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem to be a place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Well, alrighty then. We're off to Camp Drybone. So I traveled to Ulda. We're going to start our trip from here. Let's go out this gate right here. And we're going to head for Camp Drybone. We haven't been there yet, so I'm gonna just travel that way. Let's get ourselves a sprint going here. So I went ahead and joined the free company that I used with my other characters. It's called Angels, so you'll see attached to my character's name the free company Angel. I don't do a lot with the free company. I don't really need to. I'm kind of a loner. I kind of like, playing on my own. They help out once in a while if I need it. The biggest help that they give me, though, is they're ranked up fairly high. They have a house that allows me to get to Gridania very easily. I almost said granola. So, yeah, they do have a free company house. I'll show you that at some point. But if you look right here, we've got 2 buffs on us that they can choose to put on different kinds of buffs. And what the buff does is it allows being a member of a free company to get certain privileges. The first one is that they've got set up is the heat of battle. That means that experience that I earn through battle is actually more than I would normally get. So it increases our experience level that we gain. The other one is Helping Hand, and what it is that it does the same thing except for if you're gathering or crafting, it gives you more experience. So those 2 things, and these are interchangeable with other perks that they have available. These are the ones that they keep up most of the time because most of our members are either fighting or crafting. So those are the 2 big ones that we keep up most all the time. Every little bit helps, especially if you're leveling. Okay, this is Eastern Thanalan. This is where Drybone's at, so we're here already. I'll tell you what I'm going to do real quick, though. I just saw that. I'm going to take this action. Let's see. General. Sprint right here. And I'm going to put it right about here. I keep a little window over here that I can put things in. Now, I won't use it from here. But if you notice, it shows that I can't use it again until it fills up. And that's kind of good to know, because if I'm traveling any distance, I need to know when it's ready to, it's time that I can do that again. And so that's what it does for me. It's just a reminder, a visual reminder of whether it's ready to pop or not. So now I can see it, that it's about halfway done, and I don't have to do this all the time to keep looking at it. So, a little advantage. Reminds me, let's grab an orange juice. Alright, this is the guy we need to speak to. Isambard. Aye, I'm Isambard. Here to search for the missing folk, I take it. Minfilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seems we know who the culprits are, at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look at me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely return. Alright, now, if you remember, we just got the ability to make glamours, and already we're getting a glamour dispeller, so we're getting something of a prize that's going to help us with that. So, if we made a glamour and we didn't like it, we can use this dispeller to erase it. But, so be it. I'm going to take, let's see here. I'm going to take this rope belt, and we'll talk to him again. Unsolved mystery. Let us get right to it then. Minfilia names the Amalja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but the light cannot stay the darkness in a place at all times. The hell does that mean? There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of Saint Adama Ladama. What? The Church of Saint Adama Ladama? Innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure the remains for me, friend? You will find them on the eastern road. 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Amalja seek in this area. Right. We got to go pick up some dead bodies, I guess. Let's see. Up this way, I believe. If you look at the mini-map, you'll see a red spot. That's where we're going. Let's see. I better get my pet out. Because it looks like we're going to have a fight. bigger they are, the harder they fall. All right, a ripe corpse. Oh, did they have to describe it in that manner? Poor people. All right, we'll go back and talk to Isambard. Tell him that we've got them. I wonder if it's Isambard. Probably. It is good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? Yeah, I got 3 of them. I'm packing them in my pocket. Don't ask me how that works. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across the other side. You have done noble deed this day. I thank you. Now then, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Amalja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there's more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if were one among them, how would we best discover who might be implicit in these vanishings? What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings. 12 forbid it be so. There's a merchant by the name of Ungast, who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's in the inn, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. Okay, well, we're going to start that search in the next episode. I think I'm going to end it here. I hope you had fun. Ta-ta for now.